What up, everybody? It's your boy Ames. And guys, I want to talk about a subject today, and I've been thinking about it for quite some time. I had got into a conversation with my friend, and at one point in time we were having like this little debate, and it was one of those like it was more harsh, more or less for the person that I was talking to. And one of the things that they said at the end was, I'm trying to save lives more than I care about saving emotions. And this is my take on that whole situation. And I think this is something that we all can relate to. We tend to sometimes focus just on like immediate gratification, or we try to, work on things in a way to where we do sometimes the minimal and we really don't try to shoot for anything else. That's all. Now, my whole philosophy is it's better you do the minimal than nothing at all. But as time goes on, you would like to progress. You would like to do more. You would like to try to be better and just constantly try to raise yourself on the level. With people, we see this every day. Even like in where I work, you see people that, arrive, they're dealing with all different types of stuff. They're depressed, they're sad, they're angry. And, you don't know what this person has and what they've been through. And, we're quick to save a person's like actual life, depending on the situation. If the person is either hurting themselves or harmed with somebody else. But what are we doing sometimes as far as helping a person, on the inside? And it's not just so much the so-called work area, but just even outside of that, like, families, friends, and situations like that. Sometimes I think we all look for an easy fix, or we share our little hits and bits, but we don't really sometimes want to take the time. Maybe we feel like we can't take the time to, really put as much effort as we can into helping a person. I feel like this: when you're really just talking about saving lives, it's more or less like you're just saving a body. That's it. You're saving this shell, but you're not really saving what's going on within. And what happens when you just basically save like a shell? If you haven't fixed the issues that are going on with that person on the inside, then this can allow a person to constantly repeat the same thing. Then a person who may have saved you may have, sat there and, done it maybe once, a few times. Then they get frustrated. Then they get agitated because it's just the human thing of, well, hey, I tried doing this so many times. I've done this. I've reached out, and it just don't seem like as if like it's really getting through to you. And sometimes the best thing you can do for a person in this life is just to be there for them. I had to learn that sometimes, even like, through lessons and even therapy, as they say, find out what that person really wants from you. And this can apply to friends, this can apply to family, this can apply to relationships. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to just listen to you? Do you want me to respond to what you're saying? Do you actually want help? I think sometimes a lot of people, they just want somebody to listen to really express themselves to honestly, without there being so much as judgment and like this immediate fix or try to, you see people who go through the issues that they go through, and it's like, oh, hey, just pop them here, have them in this place, pop medication in their mouth, and somewhere along the way, hey, they fix themselves, they do, they don't, they don't, and then you see people on the outside, they laugh, they wonder like, oh, look at this person, and it's like it's all fun until it happens to you or somebody that you know or somebody that you're close to. Then afterwards, now it becomes a serious thing. You know, you have to really listen to people and really see what it is that they're looking for, because sometimes you can miss things. Me, even like the person that I was talking about, me and we don't talk as much, and a lot of it's because sometimes it's not even necessarily bad. It's just it could be really harsh. Sometimes it can be real sharp, but then sometimes looking at that person's lifestyle, their background, I know there was a lot of times where basically they didn't have the help that they needed. It was times that they were going through stuff, and basically like as if nobody cared. So it's like that person's personality, their demeanor is literally a reflection of their history and what they've experienced, what they've been through. So you hear a lot of people go, when you hear people say something like, oh, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, man up, woman up, whatever, you know, they're basically, it's like this thing of like, nobody cares about that, keep going. Or as if like, okay, this happened to you, so what? I've been a person who I've been through a lot of stuff myself. I've, experienced bullying, I've experienced sadness, I experienced depression, I've experienced, you know, and still going through stuff on a day to day basis. And I believe that's for everybody, no matter what position you are in your life, no matter what your financial status is, careers, health, all that. Everybody battles with something. But it just gets to a point though where sometimes people will just tell you to just get up. But it's like, have you really had a chance? Have you really had the opportunity to really fix the root of what your situation is, what your problem is? Do you have the right kind of people in your circle who will be there for you, that will support you, that will continue to be, motivation to you? And even if you stumble 100,000 times, to still be that person for you. Now, on the flip side of that, as a friend or somebody, or just anybody that's in a situation, if you see to where a person is doing something that's really detrimental and it's like physical harm and it may even cause harm to you, you know, you have to make that decision for yourself. And this may be contradictory to what I'm saying from before, but you still have to have a cutoff to a certain degree. As long as this person, what they're doing is not overly detrimental, it's not a constant, like just a drain, or it's just really not, just really putting a damper on you. If they're not doing all that, try to be there for that person. But if this person's like causing physical harm, they're doing stuff that may involve, constantly getting a call from the police, this, that, you might even get caught up in something physically where now you are exposed to possible harm or have been harmed or have to hurt somebody, then now you got to sit here and take a step back and ask yourself, like, well, what am I doing? Is this person even trying to make an effort? Are they really trying? And how many levels does it go to each time a situation or a scenario goes into? If it's getting to that point, then you have to make that stand. You have to be able to, hey, you know what? This isn't for me. Let me get out of here. And, hey, I wish them the best. And truth be told, and this is from personal experience, you could be a person that just walks away and wants to bow gracefully, and everybody may or may not feel happy about that. Because it's the idea of, you guys were cool, you've been tight, you've been through a lot of stuff. But it's just simply, it just got to a point where you just really cannot take what's going on. If a person, like I said, they are making efforts, it's like one step forward, two steps back, hey, it's a part of the process, a part of the game. But if it's like just constant step back, like they just are obstinate, just completely stubborn, they really don't want to change, then you may have to just cut them loose. And they're going to talk about you, they're going to say things about you, they're going to try to make you basically be the bad guy or the bad person for basically wanting something better for your life. It's just honestly what this does for me is like just even talking about this, and that's to spread to everybody is, once again, be aware of, an individual and their situation, regardless of who you interact with at work, family, relationships, whatever. Be aware and really try to be there for the person for the most part as best as you can. There's more than one way to do it. But if you've, after several attempts, and it's not for me to put an age, a time, year stamp or nothing, after you've exercised everything you thought was possible for that person, and they still, are doing the exact same thing or it's getting worse, then you have to be comfortable and exercise your right to, either distance yourself, love them from afar, or even get, professional help or somebody in there to try to actually help that person. But I think it will really make a huge difference, I think, for all of us. It goes hand in hand. You're not just saving a body, you're also saving that person's, emotions, their feelings, their thoughts. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you might feel, that person and what they're going through and what they're feeling, that's important to them. That's important to everybody. We have everything. We have things or situations or people in our lives that are important to us. And if something happens to either or, you'll feel some kind of way. But I think the world sometimes, we're set up to where it's like, oh, you just got to get up and You could progress forward, but there's so many gaps, there's so many things that you may not have covered in the mix of, moving forward, that eventually it's like a mountain. It's circular. You're going to toil that mountain until eventually you come back to that. And then it's like, crap, I didn't, work on this when I first saw this. Or, you might be a person who's successful at whatever you're doing, but it's like you don't really feel that success because at the end of the day, it's something in you that's missing. On one hand, yeah, your body moved, just like, saving a life, or unconsciously you're moving forward, but consciously, where are you at? So that's something I think we all need to look at. That's something we need to consider. And just, just all in all, just treat people with respect, because you never know what a person is going through, what they're dealing with. Just try to love and just, just be respectful as best as you can. And if you don't like the person, you don't like what they're saying, or you just don't like their vibe, then just, don't say anything. Just leave them alone. Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to pursue and do whatever it is that they want to, for better or for worse, as long as what they're doing does not affect you as a person or anybody else. So, guys, what are your thoughts on this, guys? This was just something I just wanted to share for the day, just kind of my little rant. If you guys want to see more of this, guys, please don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. And if there's a subject that you would like me to talk about, let me know, guys, and we'll definitely do this on the next one. But to everybody, this is your boy, Heems Cash Gamer, signing off. I'll see you guys soon. To everybody out there, peace.